AP classes suck. You're stressing the whole year for a single test, all for the chance of college credit. Something that always stood out to me were the people in these AP classes. Now, 90% of the people were cool, and I made a couple of my best friends in those AP classes. But the other 10%? The other 10%. There was just a general vibe of snobbery from some people. Like taking some class in high school made them smarter than everyone else. When, newsflash, we're taking this for the shot of college credit, instead of, just dual enrolling in actual college, like what our school offers. Same thing for the teachers. I knew a teacher who at the end of the year took it upon herself to tell us that she went individually through every single student this year, and she thinks about half of us will fail. Lady! Then she started listing out the amount of people she thinks will get each score. What's worse is I know she thought I was gonna fail. Oh, I know she did. And the worst part is I did. She was right. Whatever though, it was AP Stats. Ugh, AP Stats. AP Math is impossible. With every other test, there's some sort of bullshitting that can happen. Like in AP Lang, when you have to write an argument essay, and you're able to make up a cheesy story that fits perfectly with a prompt. I don't know. The importance of making quick versus timely decisions. But no, with math you have to know it's exactly 10 over the power of eat my ass. AP Lang was actually my very first AP class. The big thing for that test is you have to write 3 essays in 2 hours. A pretty daunting task. I could barely start the second essay by the beginning of the year. But our teacher was amazing. She talked with such tact and poise, and she had a lot of empathy for us. She also really liked me. And for someone at the time who really wanted adult approval, it made me want to improve in the class to make her proud. And I did! When it got to late April, I would do a practice run of the test every day until I finally got the timing down. Finally, it was the day of the test, and my teacher gave us coffee right before for energy. I want to remind you that I was raised Mormon, and Mormons aren't allowed to drink coffee. So the most I have ever had caffeine at that point in my life was probably 30 milligrams from a Diet Coke. But my parents weren't there, and I wanted to do good, so I glugged away. We arrived at the old abandoned gym the test was given at. Now, none of this would have been so stressful if it wasn't for the atmosphere created. Everything is gray and sterile. You have to leave your container of goldfish out in the other room. The administrators read off this robotic transcript, and you're stuck in a room with 50 other nervous kids. It feels exactly like Logan Paul's movie, The Thinning. Or The Reaping. I probably should have just said The Reaping. It feels like if you fail the test, you're going to be taken to the back and shot. If they held this in an elementary school classroom, with the room decorated in fun shapes and colors, I wouldn't be half as stressed out right now. A problem specific to ours was the gym it was being held at was quite literally abandoned every other time of the year. So abandoned that birds had made nests up in the roof. A couple years back, one girl had her test invalidated because a bird pooped on her paper. Wonder what god she had to piss off to make that happen. Now, I think the combination of this new drug in my body called caffeine and a whole year's buildup of stress accumulated in me writing faster than anyone's ever written before. When I went to check the timer, everything around my eyes was blurry. And I didn't have time to worry. I had to finish. All with a half an hour left. And 1 month later, I found out I passed and everything worked out. But even though everything did work out, didn't mean something couldn't have gone wrong. I could have passed out. And yeah, the coffee probably didn't help. But the real issue was the amount of pressure I was putting on myself. What would come to a surprise to little me, you don't get shot if you don't pass. Life moves on. And one day, all of this is just going to be something you remember you did in the middle of a Walmart box brownie section.